Hello and welcome to the MoyPress Online Classical Academy Parent Tutorial. My purpose for this little 5 to 6 minute video, I'll keep it short, is to familiarize you with the programs your students are going to be using all year so you can better help them really succeed at what they're doing this year. I'm going to go ahead and start by showing you the launching point for all the activities students will be doing. That's the course page. You should see it here to your right of my video. Course page is where all the activities are kept. Their quizzes, how they communicate with me, how to get into the chat classroom, all of that is right here. Any information they need to know is on this page. So let me just familiarize you with this page. And before I go any further, let me apologize for the timing of my voice, my video, and what you see on my desktop here. They don't always coincide, and I can't really figure out when they're going to go faster or slower. So if you would just bear with me on the inaccuracy of that chronology, then that would be good. I'll try to go slow so everything can catch up. So let me just introduce you to the page. First of all, your student's profile can be seen by clicking on their name, top right-hand corner up here, and you'll see that you can edit their profile. This will be my profile. Students can put up a little blurb about themselves, their email address, things like that. You can edit this profile by clicking on Edit Profile here, changing any of the information. One of the things you might want to change immediately is your default time zone. For some reason, we default to Azerbaijan, Africa. I'm not sure why that is, but you probably don't live there, so you can change it to something a little closer to where you actually are. I'll navigate back to the main page by just clicking the class here. Next thing down the list is the forums. Forums can be accessed here. They can also be accessed in the very center top. They're also here because this is an important function. This is the way the class communicates with itself. Teachers can post this news forum. Teachers and students can post to the Ask a Teacher, and anyone can post to Ask a Classmate, anyone within the class. This is for news for the course, official questions for the class, and just chit-chat between the kids. But all of these forums are monitored by the teacher through email. So let me show you how this works. Let's say a student has a question. So they come to the forum, they click Ask a Teacher. They want to add a new discussion topic. So let me wait till my video to catch up here. Second. Okay, so they want to add a new discussion topic here at the top. And this takes them to a page where they can actually write a forum post. So I'm just going to write a silly question. Say, ask questions. What are declensions? I hope none of my students ask this question. It's a very silly question. Declensions are noun families. So the kids go to the bottom and they post this to the forum. Now this question is instantly, well, not instantly, it takes about 20 minutes to load, but it is emailed to the entire class and to the teacher. So the teacher gets an email, and let me show you what that looks like. I'll just go to my email account. The teacher gets an email that has a question. This is not the question I just posted. Oh, here's one right here. Here's my question. What is Latin? Oh, this is another question I posted earlier. Say, hey, what's Latin? Notice inside the forum post, this will look like the emails that your student gets. Inside the email itself, not the main reply, but actually inside the email, there's a way to reply to the post itself. It's a link that takes you directly back to the forum where the question can be answered. Written by the Romans. And I can post that back to the forum, and my answer will also be sent to everyone in the class, including myself. So this is a way to communicate, and it's the equivalent of a student raising their hand in class, asking a question that everyone hears, and the teacher answering the question, everyone also hears that. So it's the classroom way of communication. Back to the course. The web page, the center column, is organized by weeks, and this is where students will find their assignments every week, along with their quizzes, which they should take at the end of the week. Also, any files that the teacher wants to share with the students will be uploaded here. Rules for taking weekly quizzes, the spring syllabus, vocab lists, other worksheets. Let me just show you a typical quiz. This is a vocab quiz from February. And as you can see here, it's just the vocab list from this week with a few review ones. And the kids have a drop-down list that they can put their answers in. I'm going to check it here at the bottom. And I'm probably going to get a bad grade because I just answered one. So I got a 4%. Notice the answer that I did correctly is there, and all the ones I left blank are still available for me to answer. Once the quizzes upload, they stay open the entire semester, so this tempts students to leave things off to the very end. I'm sure your student doesn't do that. I'm sure they do everything on time, just when they're told. That's good, but some students have trouble doing that, so you can you can help your student really stay on task by occasionally, maybe every 2 or 3 weeks, accessing their grades here on the left. Grades takes you to, well, for your student, it will just be their grades. This is going to show you everyone's grades for this course. Anyway, you can see which quizzes they've taken and also how they're doing on them. You can see an average on the far right. All the information you need about these quizzes can be there. You can even see the quizzes by clicking on them at the top, which is really handy. You go in, if you just don't think their grade's good enough, you can just click on it, they can take it again. Again, students can take quizzes as many times as they want. There's no limit to that. So the extra practice is really good for them, and they're really guaranteed a good grade if they work hard enough at it. Now that's the main course page. The one other thing I want to show you is really perhaps are the best aspect of these courses, and that is the online time live with a real instructor. That is accessed here at the very top of the page through these hot links. Students can just click on one of these and get to the chat room. Now I'm not going to click on one because I already have it open. Let's go ahead and go there, and I'll show you a typical classroom. Typical classroom has a few aspects I just want to familiarize you with. This is what the classroom will look like. All the students will come here at one time, once a week. There are other chat times usually for the students, but they only have to attend one. Over on the far right, you can see I have a student. That's actually me. I'm logged in on another computer. I have a student here, and his name is Kevin James, and I can enable his microphone. I can enable his camera if he has one, and I can chat with him privately. But this is just a list of people who are here. And also, if they go to another web page, like they're answering emails or playing computer games, I can see that they've left the room. Now, in my classroom, my practice is if I see students do that and they don't tell me where they're going, I just kick them out and they have to request to come back in. I can find out what they've been up to. The way the students communicate with me, they can hear and see me. They usually communicate me by typing here. So the students type here mostly. And I don't think you can see it on your computer screen, but there's a little typing box at the bottom of this chat box, and they can type things to me. Of course, you see my camera. That's obvious. But also down here at the bottom are two tools that every teacher has. I have a whiteboard that I can draw things on and give examples and show things to my students, point things out spatially, which is really handy. And also I have a notes section. I put my notes here. And I can email these notes to the students after the class, and that is my practice, so they can have access to them later. Up at the top right of the screen, you can see a file share. This is the way that students can get papers from me. This is how I hand out papers if I need to. I don't do a whole lot of that, but for syllabi, for vocab lists, for worksheets I want them to have, I can actually upload them to this web page. They can download them directly to their computer from here, so that's really handy to have. One other function I want to show you is, oh yes, the private chatting. Sometimes the students can, sometimes things can get out of control, or students have questions that they don't want to ask out loud. That's fine. They can change who their chat goes to by just changing it to presenters, and it will just go to me. Say they want to know what Latin is. Will go to me, and their post actually appears in another color. I see it, they see it, but no one else does. So that's a private chat option if they just want to tell me something they don't want to ask. Something silly like, what's Latin? I hope they don't have that question. I'd like to thank you for attending the parent tutorial. If you have any questions, I encourage you to contact me at the contact information below, glenn@memorialpress.com or 502-966-9115. Look forward to seeing your students in our academy, and if there's anything else we can do, please feel free to contact us. Have a good day. Bye-bye.